And then let me make sure that sometimes FaceTime does a weird thing and just takes over. Okay. Well, we're going to do that whole review again. Okay, so that was the first one, right?
Yeah. And then there are 2 more.
Yeah. Well, let's repeat the first one for the people who didn't get a chance to be on video. So I'll do it this time. So you want to, as you said, put the strap under the arch of the foot close to the heel and keep your foot relaxed. Whatever is the comfortable range of motion, that is your starting point. You're not going for a stretch right now. Some people will need to keep the knee bent. The same side hand goes on the front of the thigh. The opposite hand holds the strap. The leg is in a neutral position as well as the foot. You drop the heel down towards the butt, and while it's down, you bring the thigh an inch or 2 closer to your chest. Engage the quadricep muscles to perform the action of straightening the leg. Continue to at least imagine you're engaging the quadriceps, that they're doing the work while you assist with the strap for just a second and a half, a couple ounces, and then you go back. Inhale and exhale. And like you said, this gets both the hamstring, where the hamstring tendons cross the knee, it gets both sides.
Yep.
To get more specific, we're going to wrap it to the outside, behind and through. And then the rotation that this rope wrap is causing is literally from the knee joint on down only. That the femur stays, the thigh bone stays in exactly the same place. So you inhale down, and now as you pull on the rope a little bit, the foot will turn out, but it's from the knee on down. It's the shin that is turning out. On the exhale, again, engage the quad to straighten the leg. Continue to engage the quad as you gently assist. 1, 2. Do you feel this more specifically in the medial distal aspects of the hamstring?
Yeah, I feel it more, a little bit more on the inside.
Yep, that would be medial. Which might not make sense until you realize where it really attaches. And so when that gets too easy, you just bring the thigh in a little closer and continue. And when you've done 8 or 10, you switch your rope wrap. Now it goes to the inside, behind and through. Hand on the thigh. Inhale, bend the knee, and exhale. So this one attaches not just to the shin bone, but there's a little bone on the outside called the fibula that it's not weight bearing, but it is partly for finesse. And some of the fibers, some of the tendons attach to that too. And then we go to the straight leg ones, right? So we've got straight leg for 3, starting with a neutral rope wrap. The leg goes down, of course the abs are engaged to prevent back arching, and stress while you do that. Hips are squared. Make sure your hip didn't get hiked up. Sit bones reach that way. On the exhale, using these to lift the leg. Gently climb up the rope and assist. 1, 2. Inhale all the way down to disengage and exhale up again. Nice range of motion. And as always, shoulder blades gently together and down. Do you know the next rope wrap?
Yeah, so if we're going with the same approach, we're going to do it on the inside.
Excellent. Yes. So it's under the arch of the foot, close to the heel, to the inside, around. And this time, when you pull the rope with the legs straight, it's going to happen from the hip. Because we're aiming, of course, for the more proximal end of the hamstrings now. So where's our target?
Our target should be, I would say, on the outside of our...
Nope, center of the chest, breastbone.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, there are a lot of variations. I was assisting Aaron during the years that he was sorting through the intricacies of how to get these. But these are what we settled on for like the most effective way to get most of the fibers of the hamstrings, because they go in crazy directions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They are not just straight up and down, like, you know, sort of biceps.
I know.
Sometimes I wonder if it affects like the way the hair on the back of people's legs grows. Like sometimes it grows sideways and stuff like that. Like some of the fibers of the medial hamstrings are like they're practically horizontal to the ground, right? They're slightly oblique. Anyhow, it's just...
Well, I think it also varies from person to person.
Oh, the hair thing? Yeah, of course. And so the third rope wrap is around to the outside, and target is the opposite shoulder now. Yeah, and there's a variation within, you know, muscle attachments too, and path of fibers, but there's pretty much general, you know, origin, insertions, actions. But having done several cadavers with an excellent anatomy teacher, I've gotten to see some interesting configurations. You know, people are not textbooks.
It's very individual.
Absolutely. That's why when people tell me what they're feeling, I listen, because, you know, hey, they could be one of those like interesting configurations. So now we're going to, hamstring number 7, you're going to turn all the toes away from the direction your heel will be going. You can have the same...
With the heel.
Yep, you're going to be leading with the heel. Same side hand can be there. So the same hand that was holding the strap still does. And you stay as low as you can get away with, and you bring it across. Yep. Did you lose your rope wrap? I think
I'm
you...
sorry?
It's the same rope wrap as the previous one. Yep, exactly. That's why it makes sense to just, you know, hey, you're already here, your rope is wrapped in the right direction, let's just do this now. And so believe it or not, the optimal range of motion is literally 90 degrees to your spine.
Are you serious?
I am totally serious.
Well, I have a severe deficit then.
I think I'm at 80. And that was only repetition number 6, right?
Yeah.
I did not start at 80. There we go, 85. But yeah, no, it affects your hip, right? It definitely affects your hip.
Yes.
And so I'm glad we're doing this side last for you. And then also in affecting the hip, last one, here we go. Keep the sacrum down, like I didn't on the press on that last rep, and bring the leg across and back down. And now what I want you to do is, because you do have the range of motion, not everybody does, to be able to do part 2 of number 7, is bring the leg straight up. You're going to keep your hip down, your sacrum down, and bring it straight across. Inhale back to where it's balanced over its own hip joint, and then exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. And if that's going well and you want to take it to the next level, rotate out a little bit more, come up 5 or 10 degrees. So it's going, instead of straight across, it's going uphill 5 or 10 degrees. Of course, we did just skip all the glutes to get to the hamstrings before we, which is normally glutes happen first, right? So this should be interesting for you. So instead of coming straight across, it's going slight uphill.
Okay.
Like the very last piriformis in the glute series. Just like 10 or 15 degrees uphill. Be sure to keep your sacrum down, please. Cool.
It's like a workout.
Yes, it is. This is not one of those passive feel-good therapies. It's the sort of thing that will last. Right? That will stick with you.
You might walk around for like, I don't know, 30 seconds?
Walking around is good. That's bright. Uh-oh, now you're going to be backlit.
1 second, I think I have, I'm going to put some light bulbs in the other lamp.